Hello and welcome, my Sagittarius friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching my video. This is a very special reading. This is a reading for the full harvest moon. However, the full harvest moon lands on Friday the 13th. This is crazy, but it doesn't happen very often. The next time we're going to see this is in 2046. So this is something of a special reading. The full harvest moon identifies that we've hit the peak of our current harvest season, while Friday the 13th traditionally signifies a day of worship for the goddess. Now, in current and popular culture, Friday the 13th is surrounded with scary and evil and bad luck. This reading is not going to focus on that. It's going to focus more on the goddess. These two fabulous events highlight and embody abundance and fertility. So this reading is going to really be about that. It's going to be about what abundance you are going to be able to create and manifest in your life. The deck I chose to use for this reading is the Tarot of the Haunted House, created by Sasha Graham and Mikro Periferiki. And I'm really sorry, I probably just slashed that poor person's name. I didn't intend to do that. I chose this deck specifically because it is a very gorgeous deck. However, it kind of puts a play on how haunted and scary can be beautiful at the same time. Like always, I will end off my session with an oracle blessing. This session is going to have the Enchanted Oracle, created by Jessica Galbraith. And like always, I will have links below to both these gorgeous decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's get going on this. Alright, what abundance will my Sagittarius friends create and manifest in their lives? Ooh, got jumpers. For the harvest full moon on Friday the 13th. What information, more jumpers, do my Sagittarius friends need to know for Friday the 13th and the full harvest moon? And yet more jumpers. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys follow the other zodiacs videos as well. However, I'm coming up to the end of my recording all these videos, and in every video so far, and I only have a couple left, everybody has jumpers. And not just a jumper, I mean you guys have a deck of jumpers. So yeah, to me, I think this is fantastic on how connected the Haunted House Tarot is with the full moon and Friday the 13th. So your first card is the Nine of Cups. Nine's kind of an ending, however, it talks a lot about that hard work. He's worked really hard to achieve what he has, and he's very happy with what he's created. On a side note, I love the fact that these cards, and many of them will have Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork in there. He very much resembles that weird fellow with the red hat. This is kind of a modern twist on him. He's worked hard for what he's got. Now he's very happy, he's very smitten with what he's done. So that kind of gives us the starting point. You've worked hard for what you have, and you should be very happy, of course, for what you've achieved and how well things are going. The next jumper is the Two of Swords. Twos are a duality or choice. Swords are about truth or knowledge. You're kind of at a crossroads, if you will. Right now, she's got her eyes blindfolded, and in many of these cards, and it's hard to tell in this one whether or not they've intended to cover her third eye. However, historically that is the case with the Two of Swords. You're unable to see what's happening. There's a storm raging behind her, and she doesn't know which way to go next. And that's kind of where you're sitting. You've worked really hard, but what next? What do you need to do next to achieve things? This really talks more about that, what to do next. This is the Three of Cups. Threes are about expression and growth. Cups about, like I said here, intuition and emotion. Historically, the Three of Cups is really about that community and that sense of connection. However, in this deck, it's not. You kind of feel disconnected, disjointed, and that's causing some conflict. So between the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords, your Nine of Cups is not sitting as stable as you'd hoped. Then we go on to the Hermit. He's the ninth card in the Major Arcana, and he talks about an inner journey and that need to go forward. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to follow the Hermit and his light, which is usually a star, usually the Star of David, to help light your way on how you're going to go forward, how you're going to find yourself connected, how you're going to get the answers you so need and so desire. The Five of Cups. Fives are all about conflict and struggle, and that's what the cups are about. We now have a nice little row here of cups. All right. The cups here, she's focusing in on the past. And that's part of the problem with the Two of Swords and with the Three of Cups. You're focusing on the past and what could have been and what should have been, not what is. And that's what these two cups are. We need to focus in on these two cups so that we can move forward. Interestingly enough, in most decks, you have usually two cups and then three cups. It's really connected in to this Three of Cups here. That struggle that you're having, that kind of disconnect that you're feeling right now. We go on to the Six of Pentacles. Sixes are a balancing number. They're about harmony. Pentacles are about wealth and abundance. This is what's going to be crossing you. This is the major problem that you need to overcome in the harvest moon, and that's balancing that wealth. Yes, you've gotten a lot done. Yes, you've worked really hard. However, we need to start balancing that out. That doesn't mean you have to donate all your money away or give away everything. It's about balancing it out. When you receive and work hard and you have things, then you can have more ability to share your abilities, your skills. It's not necessarily meaning that you have to give money away. Sometimes spending time with people is more than enough to start to rebalance ourselves. And when we start to rebalance, we're going to start to feel more connected in. And then also, as we start to feel more connected in, we're going to feel more stable and able to go into an inner journey so that we can start to work on these other pieces. Because we have some stuff we need to get rid of. There's stuff that's been building up. It's a Three of Swords. Threes are expression and growth. We've got two of them. When you're looking at the angelic repeated numbers or communication numbers, repeated threes means something close to your heart needs to be expressed. There's creativity and self-expression, which is interesting because the number 3 is about expression and growth. So we're looking at something that needs to be expressed, and it goes back down to this balancing and this inner journey and confusion up here. It's also connected in, not only are we feeling disconnected, and part of that disconnection is from past experiences, past hurts. They're really impacting our ability to connect, to make those decisions. So it's all connected in, if you will. It's kind of like connect the dots here. So we need to start to really do some focusing in. How are you going to be able to go forward? How are you going to take that energy and move it on? You have the Knight of Wands. That's it. That's your energy right there. Knights are that, go big, go home, no fear attitude. Mess with me and I'll take you down. Right? That energy encompassed with the fact that he's a wand knight, with that fire and passion and creativity, kind of ignites this all up. We had lots of water here, and we're getting into a lot of air. That kind of just lights it all up and puts it into a nice bonfire. Kind of lights the fire behind our butt so we can get going. And that's going to be the important piece, is that we do need to get going on this. The harvest moon is really going to be kind of a jumping off point. The harvest moon, I'm finding, is really going to be a point where people are going to be able to start off on something that's going to take them into the winter. It's kind of a jumping off point. It will propel you into some new action that will take some time to build and get going. We're almost done the jumpers here, guys. We go back now to the Empress. She's the third card in the Major Arcana. She's the Mother Earth. She's the goddess. She's the nurturer. She's all about abundance and growth. And she's here to really amplify that fertility and abundance this can bring. It's getting pretty dark with all the swords and the fire and the creepy hermit. She brings in that nurturing, loving light that's really going to propel us forward. And we need that because sometimes it can feel really overwhelming. And it shouldn't be overwhelming. We need a place to start and we need a place to end. We go on to the King of Swords. Kings are the most fully developed personality of their suit, which means they have the most responsibility, most power, most ability to get things done. Swords are about truth and knowledge. It's about taking the energy of the Empress, igniting it with the Knight of Wands, and taking the knowledge that the King brings, even the calming presence of that knowledge, and taking those all forward with you. He will calm things. He brings in that very cool and collective adaptability of knowledge. There's no emotion to this. It's just knowledge. So that routine, that structure will help out in this journey. Because when you start to go inwards and you start to be dealing with some of this expression and growth, you really do need that calming presence. Alright, this is the final jumper. And that's the Fool. And that really sums up the energy that we're going to need to embrace. Where am I going to put him? Put it over here. The Fool is the Zero Arcana. He belongs nowhere, yet he belongs everywhere. It's really embracing that kind of leap of faith attitude, that excited new beginning energy, and igniting this energy and this energy, the Fool and the Empress, will really bring about a very soft, nurturing element to this journey. A lot of this journey will be inwards, because when we deal with our inwards and we deal with some of the buildup and stuff that we've been battling, we're going to start to feel more connected in. And we're going to start to feel where we need to go. We're going to have our decisions. And then the Nine of Cups is going to turn into the Ten of Cups. And we're going to be able to really push ourselves forward. Alright, let's look at your shadow card. Now the shadow card is the message from your shadow self, which is the self that you've pushed farther away. And that's the Page of Pentacles. Pages are that innocent, childlike energy. Pentacles are about abundance and growth. She talks about the need to connect in with your inner child so that you are able to create these miracles, that you are able to keep grounded, and that you are able to take that innocent, excited energy and go forward. Because when we start to fear and allow our ego to drive us, that's when we're going to stay in the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords, and things are not going to feel so good. Okay, let's look at the blessing, Sagittarius. What blessing does the full harvest moon and Friday the 13th have for my Sagittarius friends? And that's the Silver Moon Fairy. This card talks about being open and vulnerable to information and the unknown. And I think it's fascinating that you guys got the Silver Moon Fairy, because we are looking at a full moon, a very powerful full moon. In other videos, I've really suggested people embark on taking some full moon meditations and really enjoying the full moon energy. And I really suggest that for you guys as well. Really encompass and embrace that Silver Moon Fairy, because the moon is going to be big and bright. And you can really rejuvenate yourself and really connecting into some of these powerful energies that are coming down. For those who wish, you can pause the video here and reflect on these cards. And I know there's a lot of cards on this table. This is a group reading, however, these cards are drawn especially for my Sagittarius friends. What further information and guidance do they have for you? Like I said, this is a group reading. However, if you wanted a more personalized or in-depth reading on a topic, you can follow the link below and schedule a private reading with myself. That said, I hope that you found this video helpful and that you were able to gain some direction and insight for the full harvest moon. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching my video. I will continue to create videos for my zodiac friends in the upcoming weeks. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'm always up for feedback from my friends. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. You never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd hate for you to miss a video. Also, if you like this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And in some of those tiers, the perks are private readings with me. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Sagittarius friends.